Hey guys, what is up, and welcome back to a brand new video after a long time. And I'm really sorry for not uploading for a long time, but now I'm back with the tutorial and I have lots of ideas in mind to make more videos. Today I'm going to teach you how to get the Moody edit for your photo. It's pretty simple, it's pretty easy, just follow along with me. So the first thing I do is I bump up the contrast. About 55 looks great. The next thing I do is I increase the highlights. I decrease the shadows about -14, looks good, and decrease the whites as well to about -14, and I decrease the blacks about -40. Looks great here. It just really depends on your photo. As you can see, by decreasing the blacks, there is more contrast in the photo, and that is exactly what we want. So the next thing I do is I decrease the clarity a bit by -10, and then jump over to the tone curve. Make sure it's RGB and make 3 points on this line. We'll try to make an S curve here. The lower portion represents the blacks and this upper portion represents the highlights. So we'll try to make an S curve. Just simply drag this point down. You can see it introduces contrast in the image. We'll bump up this point a little, just a little, and we'll drag it down, and we'll drag this point up to introduce a little fade into the photo. About there looks fine, and we'll just mess with this point and see what looks best. Okay, we'll increase it a little. There looks good to me. The next thing I do is I go over to the HSL tab. I go over to the hue and see if there are any color changes in the photo. Make sure not to mess with these two, orange or red, as it affects your skin tone and it really makes it look bad, so you don't want to mess with this. We're gonna decrease the yellows towards left to make this grass look orange. We'll decrease the green as well. Okay, that looks great. Go to the saturation tab and I decrease the aquas, not too much, just about here. I'll decrease the blues as well. Now you can see the picture looks quite moody about right now, but we'll make it more moody in the later process. After that, go to the luminance tab, increase the oranges a bit just to make the skin tone pop up more, and increase the reds as well to about +11 or 13. Okay. And I decrease the blues a little, aquas as well. Okay, the next thing is go to the split toning and go to the highlights and shift the highlights towards blues. About here looks good, and I leave the shadows as they are. Be sure to add a little vignette, just not too much, a little. About -5 or -7 works best most of the times. We'll not mess with the camera calibration here, since there aren't much colors in the photo, so that is why we don't want to mess with this tab. Okay, alright, as you can see, the picture looks quite moody right now, but we'll add some gradient filters to make it more moody. What I do is I add a gradient filter on one half of the photo, leaving the face. Make sure to turn this mask overlay on, show selected mask overlay, and invert it to select the lower portion of the image first. Remember that this red area will be affected by the adjustments we make here. So select the portion of the image leaving the face. We'll add another gradient tool above, but for now we'll select leaving the face. Just a little more, uncheck it, and now we'll add some contrast in this portion. About 54 or 50, 52. Decrease the highlights a little, shadows as well, clarity as well, temperature just a little towards colder region, and we're not gonna mess with the sharpness for now. We're gonna decrease the shadows a little. Okay, right there looks fine. Add another gradient filter, but now this time we'll select the upper portion of the image. Make sure to select this mask overlay so you'll know what you're dealing with. Now this time we'll select the face as well, uncheck it, Now increase the shadows a little to make the skin tones pop out more. Increase the highlights, increase the contrast, increase the shadows a little more. Okay, right there. And decrease the clarity as usual. Done. I think it looks quite moody right now, but we'll make some more adjustments in the tone curve. Just drag this point down, and I added another point here to lighten this part. I think this part looks a little brighter, so we'll head over to the gradient field, select this point, and we'll decrease the exposure. Yeah guys, as you can see, the picture looks quite moody right now. This is the before, this is the after. I hope you guys managed to get this edit for your photos as well. It's not that hard, you just have to mess with these settings. But the key is to make everything else dark, leaving the subject. So yeah guys, I hope you learned how to get the moody edit for your photos. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.